Holy cow! I found real sexual healing. I've been reeling ever since my aunt's passing, and invited my mother Carol to stay with me and my husband Dan for a week to handle the fallout. Those 7 days felt endless as dark memories bubbled to the surface and grief clung to every corner of our little house. One afternoon midweek, I hit my breaking point. My chest was tight, my mind racing so badly I could hardly think. I remember the echo of Carol's car door slamming, and my heart racing with dread before Dan wrapped me in his arms. That simple touch felt like an electric shock to my exhausted mind. It felt almost euphoric how effortlessly it swept away my panic. Carol offered to run a few errands, and I begged Dan to cuddle while I tried to rest. To my astonishment, he climbed in beside me, completely naked, and a single embrace turned into us getting intimate on the spot. Before I knew it, I climaxed in what felt like 30 seconds, a roaring, "Holy cow, I really needed this," blasting inside my head. Dan followed just after me, and we scrambled into the shower together, laughter bubbling over like two teenagers sneaking away. I expected to crash into a nap, but instead I felt a flood of energy sweeping away my exhaustion. It was like the stress that had kept me paralyzed simply vanished. Dan told me later he felt the same healing jolt and admitted he'd been craving real connection without even knowing it. In the days after Carol returned home, Dan and I couldn't keep our hands off each other. We rediscovered that spark we had when we first met 13 years ago. I've tried meditation and journaling, but nothing prepared me for this. I feel more supported now than ever, and amazed that a single intimate moment could reset my mood so thoroughly. This isn't just sex for fun. It was genuine stress relief, and I'm grateful I got to experience sexual healing in real time after one of the hardest weeks of my life. A story from Understated Essence.
I feel every bit of the OP's relief and strength after that moment. I remember when my own world felt chaotic until a simple hug lit me up from the inside.
I'm thinking the OP and Dan just invented a stress cure. What if they ritualized that epic release to dodge every meltdown? Is this genius self-care, or are they flirting with fire?
The OP went from tears to turbo sex therapy in 30 seconds flat, honey. That's the most efficient self-help I've ever heard. They might start charging for these grief-to-grain sessions.
Let me be blunt. The OP found a stress reset button, and ignoring it would be dumb. They should book their next intimate session like an appointment, instead of waiting for random breakdowns.